Hey guys, how's it going? Thanks for joining me Saturday morning over here, Friday evening for you guys. Another live stream from Japan. Uh, how's business? Business is okay. I mean, it's it's doing as good as anybody can be doing at a time like this. So, that's it. Hey, from Los Angeles. I'm from France. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. So yeah, I thought I'd do another. Well, I mean, it's Friday, so we're here to do another live stream. Yeah, I got my flannel work shirt on. A little chilly this morning. It's kind of sunrise time right now. You can kind of see. I don't know. Yeah, you can. Anyways, what's going on? Hey, how am I? I'm doing okay. Hanging in there. Just trying to get some as much as we can done during this time. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Um, what's just to give you guys a good evening. How are you guys coming out? Uh, are you guys still coming out with a 40-ounce denim? We are coming out with a 40-ounce denim. It's actually well, right before kind of all this stuff happened, we were doing our sample testing. So we invested in a new sewing machine in order to be able to sew through that monstrous fabric. So we were doing our testing. I actually posted a little preview post on our Instagram, so you can check that out. So we're able to sew that guy up. So it's just a matter of time before we roll out some production. I want my Mij Banner Jacket. Yeah, that's right. So that's another thing that kind of got delayed by this whole global situation. The banner jackets were gonna go on pre-order about 2 weeks ago, but that couldn't happen because we were kind of forced to shut down all of our operations. So because of that, I don't know when we can deliver. So I wanted to postpone the release until I could give people a delivery date for when we can deliver those goods. Can you do? Can you do a lookbook next season and get Supreme Connoisseur as a model? Yeah, let's do it. He's a big fan of ours. Every time we're in New York, I try to see him and say hello. Um, um, should we send you some St. Viator bagels? I would super appreciate that. One thing we were right before we were leaving last time, we were intending on going to St. Viator in the morning, right before we get to the airport, but we you know what happens every time you're headed for the airport is like everything kind of, you think you have everything done and then it's not done and then it's last minute and then we couldn't go. But interestingly enough, there's a place like not far away from where we live here, because Japan, as good as they are for baked goods, they don't know how to bagel. It's okay. That's fine. But there is a place around here that has like some New York style frozen bagels, like they're imported from the States. So I do have access, although I do prefer the Montreal St. Viator, or rather the Montreal style bagel. I mean, I do enjoy St. Viator bagel, real bagel. There's a lot of great bagel places in Montreal. We can go on about that. The other day I made poutine here. It's hard to get cheese curds. In fact, I've never found them, but I found that string cheese works quite well. So I chopped that up to make my own little, cheese curds. I had some poutine poutine kit, a little powdered poutine sauce kit from what's it called? Saint Hubert. So, anyways, if you've been to Montreal, like we have our own little, there's our Saint Viator bagel, Saint Hubert for chicken. Although Chalet Barbecue, if you want like really good chicken, Chalet Barbecue and NDG, that is the place to go to. That place is amazing. Okay. Maybe some denim questions. And the price, we don't have the price for the 40 ounce yet. A little teaser for the Batman collab. I will have, you know what? Let me just get a couple of OKs and then I'll post some. We just got, we're working on finalizing the button details with YKK. Once all that stuff is kind of confirmed, I'll post some like preliminary like CADs of that stuff, because they have to like machine all that stuff out for us. I don't know if it's machined or they have to make some dies. I don't know what it is, but I could show you some of the button details that we'll be coming out with soon. So stay tuned for that. Okay. What's that flannel shirt? Looks awesome. It's our flannel work shirt. We should have these on Tateinoko. I don't know if these are sold out yet or not. I could check. Hold on. I got two phones. I'm live streaming on an iPhone that I got, and then I have my old One Plus here, which it's still hanging on, which I'm very impressed by. Okay, let me check work shirt status here for you guys. This is the exciting part of the live stream, where I check inventory. Yeah, this is the. Is this one in stock anymore? I don't. Oh yeah, it's on. It's not only is it in stock, but it's on sale right now. So you can get this. You can get this one. It's the Slubby Buffalo Check in green. It also comes in orange, which is I wear the orange one a lot as well. Just anyways, for anybody tuning in right now or who hasn't been paying attention to our emails. If you don't subscribe to our email list on Tateinoko and Naked and Famous, you don't get informed about the sales. I mean, I do a post on our Instagram stories, but I know that not everybody sees those, and some people rely on the feed. But we just did a fresh batch of markdowns on Tateinoko right now, so there's a lot of great deals happening. So anyways, check it out. This is one of those shirts that is on sale right now. If you got some. If you're looking for new stuff, then check out the website. What else do we got here? A lot of people joining. Hi, hello. Are you still in Japan? I am still in Japan. I'm not planning on leaving for a while, at least until the world gets back to normal a little bit. Fairmont or St. Viator? God, I don't want to pick. I mean, look, I will never say no to any Montreal bagel. They're all good. That it's like, what do you want? A Ferrari or a Lamborghini? I mean, good is good. All about those Fairmont bagels from Seven Papa George. Hey Evan, how's it going? I love those skate videos, by the way. Evan's old friend, but a former Naked and Famous Denim employee. He's a great guy and a good skateboarder. How can we support Naked and Famous and other small businesses during the situation? I mean, look, shopping certainly helps all of us, whether it's Tateinoko or Maple Street Denim or Loop Clothing or any of our independent retailers out there. There's so many. If you go to our store locator, you're going to be able to find them. Or you just search the Naked and Famous Denim hashtag. I know a lot of our retail partners are out there posting, and they're showing off product, and they're being very interactive with the community. So whether it is shopping, which would obviously be the most economical way to help us out in this time, but just being supportive. I mean, if you've got jeans that you want to show them off. Let people see them. Some people just want to be part of the community right now, and that still helps. So that's all we can ask for right now. If you feel like buying something new, go for it. If you can't, you don't have to. That's fine. Just be a bro and show off your jeans online. Talk to your friends about us. Any of that little stuff goes a long way. I got a few people hype on the umbrella jacket. That's right. A lot of people. Supreme Connoisseur here is perhaps the most he can fade a pair of jeans like no other, and he just showed off a pair of his he had a pair of jackets, the Emperor of Slub and the unbranded 901 jacket that he showed off the fading differences between those, and that unbranded jacket fades quite beautifully. You should check out Supreme Connoisseur's Instagram if you want to see a lot of Naked and Famous denim fades. This guy's a real champ. Tell us about Okayama Spirit Series, because I don't know what that is all about. So the Okayama Spirit Series to us it's a showcase of perhaps the most beautiful, I'd like to use that word, most beautiful Japanese denim fabrics. It's something where you get a lot of slub, you get a lot of texture in a fabric, and whenever we select something for the Okayama Spirit, it's usually something that we consider to be I've said it before, a beautiful fabric. I have the Okayama Spirit 4s right here. Hold on a second. Prepared a couple of things because I knew someone would ask. Hold on. So I've got the Okayama Spirit 4 here. Hopefully you can see it's kind of bright. I know it's not ideal conditions here, but you can see that incredible texture. And usually whenever we do something in the Okayama Spirit series, it is something with a really, really crazy texture like this. And one thing that really sets out the Okayama Spirit 4 apart, you can see how flamey it looks too. You know, you can see it's like lighter in some parts, darker in other parts, very streaky. Then when you get really close, you can really see the slub detail here. And what's very special about the Okayama Spirit 4 is that you can really, really tell this is a very textured denim, but at the same time, this is a samforized denim. So this denim is pre-shrunk. The pre-shrinking process usually takes out a lot of the kind of 3D-ness of a slubby denim, but you can see that in this denim, it is not affected by that much at all. So you don't have to worry about the shrink with the Okayama Spirit 4, so I think it makes it a little bit more easy for people to shop, and so I'm very excited for this one. This one's coming out next fall. Any sights of a re-release restock of Lord of Nep in the near future? Maybe. We won't restock it, but sometimes we take some inventory back from retailers. So it might get restocked on Tate and Yoko if there's like some sizes that a retail partner has that we could use. So we might swap them out or something. So that's the only way. But like I was saying before, the best kind of way to find out. A lot of our retailers, they do post a lot of stuff about their new releases. I know that they may not have the same Instagram following as ours, but search the hashtag, because I know a lot of our guys are out there posting great content, beautiful photography, and it's basically denim porn out there, and you can find out what retailers have what. And I know sometimes people are looking for something, and you'd be surprised how many like kind of hard to find styles are found kind of easily through the hashtag. Do a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure collab would be cool, since that series has a lot of fashion roots and character design. A lot of people ask me for JoJo. I admittedly I've really never watched it. I'm aware of it. I just have to get familiar with it. Left Hand Twill Mij, perhaps one day. It'll definitely happen one day. The Mij series is an ongoing series, so we'll always introduce something new each and every time. Any updates on the 40 ounce? Just joined, may have missed it. Yeah, we were into sampling right now. We'll sample testing, and we were along the way. You can see there's an Instagram post I did a couple posts back with pictures of the sewing sample. So we're basically figuring out how to construct this jean, because we're using it. We're building the entire jean on one single machine, whereas a typical jean is built with many different machines. Each machine is specialized to a certain operation, whereas this one is going to be single needle all the way. So we're figuring all that out, and we were figuring all that out until we got shut down by this global situation. So as soon as we're back and running, then that's something that we're going to be working on again. Will Okayama Spirit be rerun? The original Okayama Spirit? I don't know. Probably not. Usually it's like very rarely do we re-release something. But when we do have a series, sometimes you'll have something very similar. So if you missed, say, the Elephant 5, there might be something like the Elephant 5 again down the line. But sometimes I know people want something right now, but we can't make everything always. But we'll always have something interesting. If you can't find what you're looking for exactly right now, there's probably something semi-similar to it available. Supreme times Naked Famous Jeans, you tell them to give me a call. I don't know anybody there. Dragon Ball Z collab was amazing. Thanks so much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. We do have Batman coming up next. Are the hems chain stitched? For the most part, I think I've talked about this before, that about 90-something% of our hems are chain stitched. There are a few exceptions when the cuff is too small to go through the machine, and sometimes it's, depending on the fabric, it's actually better to do a single needle. So for the most part, everything is chain stitched. I grabbed like 5 shirts from the sale. There are a lot of great deals on Tate and Yoko right now, especially with shirts. So if you're looking for some shirt deals, then you definitely want to check out Tate and Yoko. Thanks for your support there. I've just pressed something on this phone, and anyways, I'm not so used to the iPhone. Show us your background from Japan. Okay, I'll give you a little tour here from where I'm at. Any chance of a off-white elephant, like a that would be kind of cool, to do like a beigey kind of natural cotton toned elephant. Yeah, I could see us doing that someday. So just to give you guys a little perspective of where I'm at, I'm on my balcony right now. You've got just we're kind of live in a semi-residential area, so we're not downtown Tokyo or anything like that. There's like a river down there, which is kind of nice to walk by. You can kind of see the mountains around there. Mount Fuji is usually visible on a pretty clear day. I think you can see it, but you just can't see the top of it. And then yeah, it's pretty early in the morning. Not a lot of action, but actually Japan's in like we're not really locked down, but I think a lot of people are staying indoors. So you can see here, it's not a lot happening right now, but the grocery store is getting ready over there. The little fruit merchant over there, get some fruits and stuff over there. So yeah, this is my view. This is how I'm living. Just brought the Emperor of Slub jacket and Unbraided jacket because Supreme Connoisseur, he really shows off your denim better than anyone. I mean, he's a champ. What can I say? There's the amount of jeans that this guy can fade is pretty remarkable. There's only few people out there who can do it like Supreme Connoisseur there. Aside from the big slub, any new additions coming to the unbranded line? I mean, we just released that new 16-ounce big slub unbranded. Usually we try to do one new thing a year, so you're gonna have to wait till 2021 for at least something, but we haven't even started planning that yet. So 2021 probably there will be something. Okay, so, sorry, a bunch of questions going on, and stop it. There we go. Being sort of the face of Naked Famous, do you ever wear jeans from other brands? The only other jeans I will wear are like real vintage jeans. So like stuff that I find that are maybe some historical relevance to me. But I don't wear any other like modern jean brands. Why would I? Will that Akuma Trunks fabric ever be released in indigo? I haven't thought about it. It's possible. It's possible. What are my favorite raw denim brands outside of Naked and Famous? Unbranded. I like, you know what, let me tell you, the real answer is anything that we carry at Tate and Yoko. Like, there are a lot of brands out there, but I don't want to get into it. I can get really, my views on what kind of goes on with a lot of other brands are, it's going to get me in trouble. Will there be new left-hand tool based jeans coming? A lot of people keep asking me. Probably. It's not like we don't want to do left-hand twill jeans. We do have the left-hand twill salvage, and you know what? The unbranded 21 ounce is also a left-hand twill for anybody who's looking for a heavyweight left-hand twill option. What would an undyed King of Slub look like? I mean, it would look like an undyed King of Slub. So like beige with a lot of slub. You know, interestingly enough, and this is, you know, the next time I'm in Montreal, I'll try to find this pair because I know it's floating around the office. The very first season of Naked and Famous featured an 18-ounce big slub white denim that we never released. All white. Super heavyweight. Well, not super. For the time, it was super heavyweight. I think at that time, 18, 20 was probably pushing like the limit of heavyweight denim at that point. So, 18-ounce big slub, all white with like I'm pretty sure it had like black contrast stitching. It wasn't the most appealing looking jean, but looking back, it's kind of hilarious that we even considered to release something like that. And there are few styles from the original collections that are kind of funny. We had a woman, you know, another interesting fact is that the women's collection when we started was larger than the men's collection. Part of the reason of that was because Brandon, before he started Naked and Famous, he also had a marketing company where he did marketing for other brands, and he would get like a lot of women's fashion brands into like women's fashion magazines. That was kind of his job. But so his connections in the world were mostly in women, so he was developing a lot of women's wear. And I think it was mostly just with the intention of getting some kind of press and then kind of shifting into menswear more. But you know, we did get a little bit of press on the women's side, but the men's side, you know, we were lucky that some major retailers, you know, in fact, I could talk about it now because I think it has a lot of significance in terms of our development. Our very, very first season on the market, we got picked up at Barney's New York, which, you know, Barney's is gone, but that was huge. You know, Barney's was an establishment where if you were at Barney's, it was like you made it. That was the best store in the world. And we got picked up at Barney's in the very, very first season. They saw the collection and they ordered a small kind of tester order, and within 2 weeks they're like, okay, we sold out, we need more. And we're like, uh-oh, like we didn't have more. So we flew in fabric, we rushed to production, and we got them more, and then they sold out again, and they're like, we need more. So and it was kind of like that for, you know, a couple of months, and then we were in with them, and you know, every season we were developing special collections for them that were exclusive to Barney's. They were getting like probably 2 or 3 styles a season that were exclusive to them. So and I know there's a couple of guys out there who have, you know, fond memories of those Barney's collabs that came out. We did a Barney's collab for Barney's Japan here with the camo weft. That was a very special jean. Citrus weft. That was a very special jean. So, you know, my feelings towards Barney's is always going to be very, you know, nostalgic, because I think a lot of our success came from the fact that people would walk into Barney's and they would see our jeans, and then, you know, rather retailers, you know, because a lot of retailers would look to Barney's to see what's going on. You know, that was the pulse of what was cool, what was going on in the world. So you go into Barney's and you're like, wow, that brand is at Barney's? Okay, we need to carry that brand. So we were getting calls all day. It was crazy when we were starting out how many people were approaching us. It was also a wild time for retail. There was a lot of retail going on. But, you know, things have certainly changed a lot since then. You know, interestingly enough, like, I mean, of course our business has grown a lot more since we started out at Barney's, but I will always credit them a lot for helping to put us out on the map. For a fashion retailer that they were, to, you know, dive into a raw denim concept, and you know, that's not something you see. Like, you can't walk into like a major department store today and see a raw denim section. They don't have it anymore, but back then they had them. We weren't the only ones there either. There was a lot of raw denim brands on the floor at Barney's and even at other department stores. So now it's, they might have one or two styles, which is, kind of the niche that we fill in at some department stores in the States. But it was very, especially at the time, it was a very raw denim workwear culture. I know I missed a bunch of questions with that little rant there. Does Naked and Famous have any broken twill options available in the works? I want to bring back the broken twill selvage. That was one of the fabrics that we kind of launched with. So nothing right now, but we will have something down the line. Why are people so gung-ho about the 40-ounce updates? I think people are just want to see the next, record-shattering denim. So it's something that's kind of been in the works for a while. I know I've been talking about 40-ounce denim since we released the 32-ounce denim, and that, I never really wanted to stop there, and that we had to keep going. And there has been other denim made, nobody's ever done a production of heavier weight jeans, but there's always been tricklings of little heavier weight jeans here and there. So we wanted to take back the throne, and I think people are excited to see that. Really like the OK I'm Spirit too. Thanks. I'm glad that you like it. I really love our OK I'm Spirit line. What should I buy? That's a good question. Anybody want to help out Catalan, Marianne, Nicola here? What's your favorite of the elephants? I really like the 8 out of them all. What's my favorite elephant? I have Elephant 1, Elephant 2, I think are nostalgic for me, because Elephant 1 was when I started at Naked and Famous Denim, and at the time, again, heavyweight denim was this super new thing, and we had a 19-ounce denim, and I was wearing a 19, I was wearing heavyweight denim from other companies, but I was paying 3 times the amount. It was crazy. And we were putting out 19-ounce denim for under $200. I think they're like $175 when they first came out. And that was insane. It was insane, and I was so excited to be a part of something where we could introduce this really incredible fabric at a price point that people could get. People could afford that. So Elephant 1, Elephant 2, that for me, that was a great memory. Anyways, will you do a 4 to 5 ounce denim ever again? No, I don't think so. I think 8-9 ounces is really the limit in terms of how light you can go before you kind of start to compromise in durability. Yeah, anything lighter than that, you're really getting into shirting weight, and it feels good, but I don't think you're gonna. Your legs are very powerful, and you're gonna not get a long life out of that jean. Some people are okay with that compromise, but I think that when you're at 8 or 9 ounces, you still get that lightweight feel. But you're not really compromising much in terms of durability. Just joined. Where am I? I'm on my balcony here in Japan. Is there anything in Montreal that you wish you had brought to Japan? All of my belongings are being shipped to Japan, so I should get those in a few weeks now. Doritos. I could really use some Doritos. Don't get me wrong. They have a lot of great chips here, but there's certain snacks that you start to miss. And breakfast cereal. They don't do breakfast cereal here very well at all. You can get Frosted Flakes. That's about it. They don't do any of that junky stuff, which I happen to love. Any plans for a new random Naked and Famous item? Well, we have the banner jackets that are kind of random that we were planning, and we'll hopefully get back to that. If you don't know what the banner jackets are, check out a couple of live streams ago. I show them off, and we're basically making denim jackets out of our denim banners. So it's going to be logo kind of printed and chopped up and weird, and they look pretty cool. So, well, that's a pretty random piece. Ask the wizard to look at an all-white 18-ounce denim. Yeah, I'll tell him to find it. I know where it is in the building. So I think he's back in on Monday. Today is Friday. The office was obviously it was closed. But I'll get him to try to show him off the next time he checks in. What was the reasoning behind discontinuing the super skinny guy? The replacement super fit isn't as skinny tapered. That's not true at all. The super skinny guy and the super guy are literally the same jean. The only difference is the name. The problem with the name super skinny guy was that people were expecting these jeans to be painted on, and they weren't. When we started Naked and Famous Denim, and super skinny guy wasn't one of the original fits. We had a fit called Skinny Guy, and that was like a pencil-like jean, skinny and straight all the way down. We still make it, but Super Skinny Guy was the tapered version of that. So from the knee down, it tapered in a little bit. But the problem was, at that time, our fit Skinny Guy and Super Skinny Guy, they were super skinny and skinny fits, because men's jeans weren't that tight at that time. So as time moved on and men were starting to wear skinnier and skinnier and skinnier fits, our Skinny Guy and Super Skinny Guy all of a sudden weren't as skinny as the name had implied, especially Super Skinny Guy. So what was happening was people were walking into the store trying on Super Skinny Guy and being like, these aren't skinny enough. And you would have people who would see the name Super Skinny Guy and say, oh, no, I don't want a super skinny fit. So the name scared a lot of people away. So we were like, you know what, we got to get rid of that word skinny from the title, because it implies too much. Because it's not a super skinny fit. It's a slim fit, but it's not a super skinny fit. At least not anymore. So we trimmed the name down to just Super Guy. And that way it also aligns better with like our naming conventions of Weird Guy, Super Guy, Easy Guy. Like, they're fun names, and they semi kind of, they don't really describe what you're getting into. So it kind of encourages you to try them on or discover a little bit more about it. When you have a name like Skinny Guy, it's, oh, well, I'm not a skinny guy, so I don't want to put that on. But, nobody's afraid of being a super guy or a weird guy. What's the new trend in denim for men's? I don't know. We don't really follow trends. I think in terms of like what's trendy in mainstream denim is, using words like any of this ecologically friendly stuff, which I can get into a super long debate about how most of that stuff that a lot of these brands talk about being environmentally friendly and this and that within terms of their own denim production is mostly marketing BS. There's like, there'll be one aspect of their production that is perhaps better, but everything else about the production doesn't move the line anyway in terms of being a sustainable product. So there's a lot of factors that comes into what makes a jean kind of ecological. Anyways, I think that's a fully a podcast long form discussion topic that I can't really get into all. I can't go deep dive into it in this amount of time. But that's kind of what's trendy in the world of mainstream denim. Everyone wants to be the most sustainable jean, most of which none of them are. At least they're not as sustainable as they would lead you to believe, I would say. Maybe not, I'm not going to say that none of them are good, but some of them are focusing on a little aspect of what they do rather than the entire cycle of their production and the life of that product. Whereas in our world, I mean, we don't really follow trends. We just kind of make whatever the heck we want, and turns out people like weird things sometimes. So that's what we do. I mean, that's our formula. Keep making weird stuff and keep pushing the envelope. I have some issues with the waistband stretch on the 14-ounce left-hand twill. Get it hemmed, washed. Are other fabrics similar? I don't No, you have an issue with the waistband on the 14 ounce left hand twill. I mean, if they're big, you can always wear a belt. I mean, that's usually my answer to that. You can also get the waistband taken in. That's never that's not a difficult alteration. Your local tailor can do that for sure. Um, will you guys ever release the wave denim? I wanted that one, but you didn't put it out in Weird Guy. Um, we didn't. The wave stretch? I thought we did. I'd have to send me a DM. I'll confirm that. Um, I have your first season 21 ounce. So good. That's right. Before the Elephant series, I also have this jean. Before the Elephant series, we had a series that we just called the World's Heaviest Denim, and we released the 21 ounce denim in a fit called Slim Guy. I bought these because I was super excited for that, and I think they retailed in Canadian dollars for like $215. They were really really low priced. I can also, first season Naked and Famous, there was some really wonky low prices. Like we had the vintage blue. It was a 14 ounce vintage blue selvage. Retail was like $113 Canadian. Part of the reason for that was, well, the Canadian dollar, US dollar was very strong at the time, but I think the first season, the Japanese mills quoted us the wrong prices, like completely, and they stuck by their, misquoted prices for our first production. So there were a lot of like really low prices on that first season. Any news for the Naked and Famous Times Flanners collab? I mean, a lot of those kind of special projects are delayed, obviously, due to the current global situation. Our facilities are all closed at the moment, so I don't have any updates that I can share in terms of where we are with that. Basically, everything's being delayed, so that, I guess that's the update. Hi from France. Is it made a real difference if I wait 6 months before washing my jeans? It depends. I mean, some people can wear, 6 months or 8 months or any kind of these timelines is all dependent on you. It depends on how hard you've worn your jeans in. Usually for me, I'll wear them for a couple of months before I do my first wash, and then after that I kind of repeatedly wash them. Not everywhere, but once they're dirty, like once they're really dirty, then I start to wash them. But jeans they're very durable material. They can take a lot, and so usually I say, especially if you want like that high contrast, you can really notice your creases kind of fading. Wait until your creases settle in your jeans, and then when you can start to notice some noticeable variation between the crease points and like the not crease points, the high-low kind of contrast, then you're ready to start washing your jeans. Is your business now larger than it's ever been, or was there ever a time when you were bigger than you are now? Every season, we've grown bigger. And I think that's mostly due to the fact that our fan base continues to grow. We might not have a major department store like Barney's, carrying us at every location anymore. But by having that at one point, that planted a lot of seeds. And those customers who were customers back then are still customers today. They're just shopping at different retailers. And we have a lot of retailers that are stronger than ever before. We've established and we've grown this raw denim thing from being like an uber niche to just niche. So people get it. You walk into any denim store, anywhere, there's always a raw denim option. Whereas, when we were starting, that was not necessarily the case, and there were very few raw denim, enthusiast shops in the world. Now there seems to be, like, in most major cities, there's always kind of a denim shop that caters to that. So that has grown a lot for us, and of course our fan base and the word of mouth that you guys, that's for us. We don't have a marketing campaign. We don't advertise in magazines and things like that. Like, you guys are you're our guys. When that's the thing. When you like a product, you tell your friends about it, and it's more genuine that way, because when I look for like audio equipment or really anything, I've got friends who are more into it than I am, and I trust their opinions more than I would say, or not even, that's not even, there are some bloggers and things like that, and YouTube channels that you trust because you feel like they're not shilling, whereas in a magazine nowadays I feel like I can't trust what's being said, because even some blogs, it's like, unless they're getting the advertising dollars from said brand, it's like, oh, which is the best jean to get this season? Well, they're gonna tell you whichever brand gave them the most money for advertising space. Like, it's so transparent that I feel like that's why people turn to experts, and the forums, and if I was looking for my next upgrade in my home theater system, I'm going to Reddit and I'm going to talk to people in the forums there, because I trust what people who use the products in their homes, have used them, like them, can say about a product, versus perhaps a reviewer that was paid to review something. It's unless that reviewer is well trusted, and can be objective and say that this isn't a great product, even though X company sent it to me. Like, those are the kind of reviewers that I can trust, because I know that they're not just looking to get, they're not beholden to their advertisers, they're beholden to their community. So their trust is more valuable than the money that they might lose by not getting the money to review something. So for us, it's kind of the same thing. It's like, we try to put out great product, and we let our customers, speak that to their friends and family and that kind of thing. So when you like something, you tell your friends. That's just kind of very basic mentality, basic idea. So that's where we're at. We don't spend money on marketing. We don't. There's no point, really. It'll just make the product more expensive, and it doesn't make it any better. So, those are the things that we always try to cut out whenever that's pretty much been our bottom line since day one. If it doesn't add value to the product, we don't do it. What you pay for is what you pay for. And that's why you'll see, even on our product prices, like, a jean might be, $173, and another jean might be $176, and that's literally because of the cost difference between, fabrics and production on that particular model. So, like, we don't make up the prices. Like, that's why you don't see our prices, like, as flat, like $225, $198 across the board. When you see things like that, that there's something there that's not quite adding up. We're... I like to think that we're providing as much value. Rather, I'm pretty confident that we're providing as much value in terms of product delivery as we can. I know I missed a lot of questions with that little rant there. Marvel collabs? Nope. We are doing Batman. So we've got DC on our side. What's your favorite weft color? I like brown, red, orange kind of tones, like warm tones. I'm just gonna scroll down. Would you do banner pants? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think the jacket is easier to wear than banner pants. Would you guys ever make mixed pairs, for example? Like Elephant 8 on one leg, Elephant 2 on a right leg. We've thought about it, and it'll probably happen at some point. Do they have mini wheats and Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal? They do not. I mean, here cereal is like granola-y looking stuff, and even granola is kind of hard to find. I don't know. It's kind of a weird. Think European cereal. That's what they have a lot of in terms of cereal. But like junky cereal, junk food cereal, it's like barely. Like they have Fruit Loops, but they're not called Fruit Loops here, and they're from Kellogg's, which is weird. But they're like unicorn something. Like there's a unicorn on it, and it's like unicorn loops or something like that. I forget what it's called. Follow me on my personal Instagram. I go through grocery stores a lot. Next time I see that, I'm gonna show you that product. It's kind of weird. I'm like, where's Toucan Sam? Give me that guy. Interesting cereal that that you guys got to see. Risa, where's the curry cereal? This is the weirdest one, and like it's fun. Like Risa's eating it. It's not like you put milk in it. So it's just kind of one of these things that you eat. I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. I'm sure it'll be fine because I like curry. I like curry tasting snacks, but like this is like curry cereal. Like curry flavored cereal. I like curry snacks, and this is like a curry snack to me, but this is in the cereal aisle at the grocery store. And they consider it cereal, or granola, but yeah, that's what you're gonna find in the cereal section here in Japan. Yeah. Weird. I'm a weird guy fit for life. Yeah, man. I think all of us have our preferential fits, and for men especially, once you've got a fit that you like, you stick to that fit. I would pay money for a secret Bayzat live stream where he rants about the denim community. Oh, jeez. Maybe one day. It's funny because like when you get me alone, I'll talk smack, but I can't do that on the internet here. I'm gonna get in trouble. I thought about fusing series Okayama Spirits plus Elephants, Frankenstein core. Yeah, man, fusion series. That'll definitely happen down the line. What weight jean seems like mixed weight jean seems like an interesting concept. Has that ever been explored? Mixed weight, like one weight on one leg, one weight on the other leg. The thing is, when you start mixing fabrics, the jeans, they look weird. They look weird, and it's not for everybody. That is for like if you want weird stuff kind of land. So we can make small productions of super ultra weird stuff, which I want to do. I want to create like I'll call it like Naked and Famous Lab. I think I've talked about this a long time ago, where we just make weird stuff for weird people, and it's only pre-order. You get it once. Maybe we'll do it again if there's enough demand to bring it back, but like it'll let us experiment and see what's like what ultra weird stuff can we put out there for eccentrics, for the eccentrics out there. Will the Shinobi Sandwich 2 ever come into the works? Y'all got some dead stock denim fabrics in the warehouse. I don't know if we'll ever do another Shinobi. And do we have dead stock fabrics in the warehouse? We've got a few. So the thing is, like, when you have a dead stock, like, if you have, like, one roll of something or, like, half a roll of something, you can make, like, 2 dozen jeans. It's not, like, cost-effective, because you're basically making sampling, like, kind of one jean at a time, because especially if you're doing, like, a bunch of different sizes. So if we have off time, then it's something that we could pursue, but especially now, there's going to be, once we're up and rolling, like, there's going to be no off time. Like the busy season will be every day because we got to catch up for weeks of production loss. So maybe when we have more time or more factory employees, who knows? Maybe after all this, when people start to realize, one positive thing about all of this is that people start to realize, I'm really appreciating how many people online are like, oh yeah, we need to support local production. I'm like, yeah, I've been telling you that for years. Like, of course, I have a feeling that especially a lot of what's going on around now is a lot of virtue posturing. Oh, you're not, doing this right, or you're not practicing this in a certain way. We'll see. We'll see if people put their money where their mouth is after this and start to say, hey, you know what? Maybe I should be buying more of my clothes made where I'm from. So we'll see. Maybe it'll encourage people to want to work in, manufacturing settings again. For the longest time, everyone's telling, oh, manufacturing is dead. Manufacturing is dead. Oh, everything's going to, the overseas. I'm like, manufacturing is not dead. We're keeping it alive, and we've kept it alive, and I want to see it grow. And maybe the government will help us in some way to grow that campaign. I know they have. To be fair, they've tried, and an interesting story from not too long ago was the local government was trying to promote sewing as an industry again, because it was a big industry in Quebec, and they opened a school with partnership of many factories, and we all lent, basically every factory in the region lent the government machines so that they could basically put on a school to train people on how to sew for free. So they would train everybody, and then of course from those graduating classes, like, we would provide the jobs. And nobody showed up for the classes. Nobody. 0 people wanted to work. So it's definitely something that maybe before didn't seem like, hey, this is something we need to have, versus now maybe people's mentality will be, this is something we need to have, and I want to be part of that. So maybe we'll see an uptick in people who want to be part of manufacturing locally again. So it's always been a struggle. I think it's been a struggle for a lot of places, trying to keep manufacturing employees, and recruiting them. I can command. There's so many rants. Okay, my Spirit 5 should be an unsanfrized, super slubby green cast denim. One at a time. We got to get through Okay, I'm Spirit 4 first. Okay, I'm going to scroll down to the bottom because I think I've missed way too many questions here. Sorry if I missed your question. I hope this brings a slowdown to fast fashion. It already has. I mean, look, there's every time I see a fast fashion retailer go down, I don't shed a tear. And I think a lot of them are struggling, like, and I'm not surprised. That type of model was never sustainable. These companies, they're gonna some of them, some of the more iconic ones, I suppose, might stick around, but I think a lot of them are in a lot of trouble, and whatever. I don't think the world's gonna miss them that much. Scratch and sniff denim jackets. Somebody this morning, I was talking to a friend of mine, gave me a good idea for a scratch and sniff thing for down the line. So maybe not a jacket, but maybe a jacket. We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to look into something. When are you gonna cut your hair? I haven't cut my hair in over 10 years, so probably not anytime soon. I'm getting my beard's going pretty okay. It's starting to get a little. Anyways, I'm gonna keep this going. I'm gonna see how long I can. I always like a big bushy beard, and then you have to live with a big bushy beard. We'll see. It's filling out all right. I'm down with the lab experiment project. Thank you. Anyways, I'll keep you posted. We have to have room in the production schedule to do things like that. So it's probably not going to be anytime soon. Nice Guy is the fit for life. Nice Guy is the fit for life. Nice Guy was named after a bunch of nice guys. So we do have a fit that we make exclusively for a shop in Toronto called Over the Rainbow, called the Nice Guy fit. It's a modified super guy fit with a little bit of a higher rise. But you can only get it at Over the Rainbow, and we call it the Nice Guy because the people at Over the Rainbow are perhaps the nicest people in the entire world, and I love them very much, and I miss you guys. Every time we're in New York, we always have dinner with them, and I look forward to those dinners so much, and hopefully we'll get to have another dinner like that very soon. Mortal Kombat beetroot dye substitute found? Not yet. Not yet. Hey Dan. Why is there no payment with PayPal possible? Talk to PayPal. We've had issues with them. I don't know. There were quite a few issues we were having with them depositing payments, and they were. Anyways, there was a lot of difficulty with them, and getting set up with PayPal is very easy, relatively easy, but getting service from PayPal when it comes to like where's my money, not so easy. So we had to take that down. We're working on it. We know that we should have PayPal as an option, but it's not us. I'll tell you that much. Been wearing my Naked and Famous since 2012, freshman year out high school. That's awesome. That's awesome. You know, wear your jeans as long as possible. You know, that's the very, you know, beautiful thing about raw denim is that, you know, it's not a trendy thing. You know, you can wear your jeans for 8 years, you can wear them for 20 years. It's not going to matter. You know, and that's part, you know, when we were talking earlier about kind of part of the sustainability of jeans. You know, there's one thing to use organic cotton or you know, less water, but the other thing is how long you keep and wear and use that jean. You know, the longer you wear and use something, the better it is for the world. So, anyways, I will do a full-on long discussion about that and some of the misconceptions about, you know, what makes a jean eco-friendly and what doesn't, and what matters, and, you know, what doesn't matter as much. The only reason I know about Naked and Famous is through a random person I follow on IG posting about it. You know, that's the way it works. You know, when you like something, you tell your friends. I mean, I how many things do I tell? You know, half the collabs, not half, all the collabs are you know, me talking about things that we like. You know, that's just the way it is. So that's the best way. Sell me on the basic tee. How is it? I'm wearing one. I live in these. They're not that flimsy little cotton, you know, that you get in. You know, those are very comfortable. These are very comfortable. You know, this is a beefy cotton, ring spun, so, you know, nice soft texture, but it's got a thickness to it. And one thing I love about this t-shirt is that it lasts forever. Like, no holes. Like, usually I get a bunch of holes around the waist there. I don't know, they rub up against your belt or something. I've washed this shirt, I don't know, a lot. Had these, I don't replace them very often at all. They last a long time, and that's why I keep wearing them. They keep their color very well. You know, even the white ones, sometimes, you know, one thing, I love pizza. That's one thing I miss in Japan, is, like, you know, American style pizza. They don't really do that very well here. Even Domino's. You want to freak yourself out a little bit? Go to the Domino's Japan website. I'm sorry if I'm, like, oversaturated here. Go to the Domino's Japan website and look at the prices. It's like $40 for a pizza sometimes. Like, it's for one. Can't do it. Just can't do it. Like, on my white t-shirts, it's pretty much inevitable that pizza oil is going to drip on my t-shirt. And, you know, getting pizza oil out of a t-shirt is, especially a white t-shirt, it doesn't come out. I've got like a gajillion white t-shirts where the pizza oil stain is in exactly the same spot. Anyways, you know, what I'll do with my white t-shirts over time is I'll just dye them. You know, I'll buy an indigo dye pack. And I will dye them, and you know, I'll continue to wear them. You know, they're not done just because they're dirty or stained a little bit. I've got 2 minutes left here before I get cut off, so I'm gonna end it because last time I got ended quite abruptly. Thanks again, everybody who joined and contributed to this conversation. I have a lot of fun doing this. If you're not following us on YouTube, you should be following us on YouTube. Although it's mostly replays, but I'm gonna do some more long discussions there, you know, to keep the content rolling. So follow us on YouTube. Tell your friends about us. That stuff always helps. Stay safe out there. And I'll talk to you guys again next time. And I don't know. I need a better. I always want to do like an intro or an outro saying. I don't have one yet. So. I'll just say goodbye and I'll stop ranting. So I'll see you guys next time. Later.